Today's Tuesday, July 10th. Welcome to the Music Business Blitz. Grammy submissions are now open.
What up, and good news, everybody. The 2018 Grammy submissions are now open, and the Recording Academy has released a list of key dates for the up-and-coming 61st Grammy Awards. They've also released information about voting and entry processes, so if you are interested in this, I encourage you to go to www.grammy.com to find out more, and that's where you can also become a member of the Recording Academy. However, do note that not anybody can become a member. There are a few stipulations in place, so keep that in mind. The cool thing about the Grammys this year is that they are expanding nominations for Album, Record, and Song of the Year from 5 nominations to 8. Three more, that is awesome. And music supervisors, so people who select recorded music for movies and film, they are now eligible for the Best Compilation Soundtrack Album Award, but will only be eligible as producers if they produce more than half of the soundtrack. So think about Guardians of the Galaxy. If you ever seen that movie, it's got a fantastic soundtrack. So if this was in place when those movies were released, then I guarantee that music supervisor would have won an award.
Childish Gambino and Glassnote Records may be going to court.
All right, all you Childish Gambino fans out there, or Donald Glover fans, you ever see Atlanta? You ever see This Is America? That music video, that shit was crazy. But all you fans out there, I digress. Your favorite triple threat artist may be going to court to see his old label Glassnote Records, as they recently filed a formal action for a declaratory judgment with the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. That is a tongue twister. After Donald Glover's legal team demanded a payment of $1.5 million, as well as 100% of the rights owner's share of Sound Exchange royalties on a moving forward basis. Now, as you recall, we've talked about Sound Exchange a little bit here on the Music Business Blitz, but what they are an organization that collects and distributes digital performance royalties. So think of them like a performance rights organization like BMI or ASCAP, just on the digital side. So the money that is in question here that these two are fighting over, or possibly going to fight over, was generated from non-interactive streaming royalties like Pandora and SiriusXM, places where you can select a particular song or album to listen to, and it was paid through Sound Exchange. So to give you some backstory of how Glassnote and Donald Glover are related, and some information on that particular contract. After signing Glassnote Records in 2011, Glover granted the label exclusive exploitation rights of his music. So that allowed the label to freely manufacture and sell, distribute, market, perform, broadcast his music, and then Glassnote in return agreed to pay Gambino about 50% of the net royalties accrued as part of his contract. So according to Glassnote, so far, the agreement has resulted in Gambino being paid about $8 million, with about $2 million more on the way. And in addition to that, Glassnote has stated that they have paid Gambino about $700,000 in digital non-interactive performance royalties. So since no one has gone to court yet, the jury's still out regarding who has a stronger case. I know I used that pun, probably incorrectly, confused a lot of people, but no one really knows the details outside of this case, outside of what I just told you. So it's only speculation. I'm not going to talk anymore about it, but it is interesting because a lot of artists, when they get to a certain stature, they tend to go back and sue their labels. There's a bunch have done that. Not many of them have been successful, but we'll see how this one plays out because it could set a precedence moving forward.
Spotify takes another shot at the labels.
So first, Spotify disrupts the music industry by offering a cloud-based catalog of your favorite songs, pretty much anything you ever wanted to hear. And to be honest, I did not believe this was true for like the first year I was hearing about Spotify. And all this music that's up in the cloud, it's available on all your devices 24/7. Then Spotify started offering advances for non-exclusive,
I repeat, non-exclusive
deals to directly license their music to the platform. And now, this. So if you recall, a few weeks back, we mentioned a Spotify creative video series called The Game Plan my buddy told me about. And it's on the particular website, artists.spotify.com. So it's a place where if you're an artist, you get your music up on Spotify. Fantastic resources up there, right? So if you go to the news section of this particular site, you're going to find blog posts from particular artists. You're going to find tips for the site, and you're going to find music industry related news. So one of the most recent blog posts was released by the previous lead singer of Dillinger Escape Plan, Greg P., the second lead singer. Rest in peace. That was a great band. He wrote a blog piece that is called Why My Band Decided Not to Sign with a Label. So I thought that was really interesting that now they're putting out pieces about artists talking about independent releases, which makes sense for Spotify, right? And I would encourage you strongly to go and check out this article. Greg makes a fantastic case for both being with a label and being without a label, and the situations that occurred that kind of drove them to make their choice in the end. So what I want you to think about, I want you to go first listen to the uncut version of this podcast, because I go on a little bit of a rant, but I think it's very interesting. It's something you should consider. But really, in the end, I think labels are there to help you, not to get your money. But you never know who you're going to come across. So be careful is all I can say. All right, guys, that's all I got. We will talk to you tomorrow.